Dr. Mohammed. Dr. Mohammed, how are you? And we're going to continue with these conversations. You have two amazing topics for us. And the first one I think is great because, I kind of get kind of crazy sometimes and say AI can do everything. And
Yes.
and then you talk about it and then you show up on Facebook and someone's saying they can do it. But at the end of the day, these AI agents and all these different things, sometimes it's not all true what they can do, right?
Yes. I mean, it's first, thank you for the podcast. And yes, it always have a bit of truth and a bit of less truth. But with every technology, there is what we call a level of fizziness at the beginning, or a bubble, just like the financial bubble. So this is a technological bubble where every day, I think now every 1 hour, you can find something new that is being offered with AI and so on. Yeah,
Too much.
it keeps
I
popping,
mean, I
it
mean, I
keeps
think
popping up.
so. I'm glad that I'm not in this red ocean. You are first to the party, so you're
Exactly.
okay. I don't
Yeah.
think. I think that that's going to be everyone's going. So here's the example of
Hmm.
this. I get red bloody ocean as I talk
Yeah.
about now in AI, and then the other thing is everything keeps popping up, pop, pop, pop. All these web developers have stopped web developing and
Hmm.
are focusing on AI now and say, no, we are
Yeah.
no longer a digital agency that does websites, SEO. No, we are now creating automation for businesses. They're forgetting about websites. They're forgetting about traditional marketing and leaving that industry. Are you seeing that in droves? I think that's a mistake.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think it is happening. I don't know if it's all developers or more like, webmasters kind of profile that they can pull some code and then build up. I think those are more the ones that are popping up with a lot of novelty. But that bubble is going to come down, and it has a bit of value in terms of awareness, but there will be also a lot of disappointment, especially for corporate clients. So so all these pop-ups that are coming like popcorn, they have a surface value, which is a value in itself, but it's a surface level. You're not really implementing and infusing AI and automation in your business. If you want to infuse AI and automation, you have to think, like you said, you have to think as a business strategy person. This is how I'm going to do marketing. This is how I'm going to do financing. This is how I'm going to do accounting. This is how I'm going to do customer support. How is AI going to empower the underlying infrastructure, not the
You,
pop up the
you,
fireworks?
No, the fireworks is that you don't need anything anymore. According to Bill
Yeah.
Gates, this came out this week on the podcast. I mean, not in the podcast. I guess it's coming out in your podcast, the Artilla podcast. According to Bill
Uh-huh.
Gates, said 5 to 10 years there will be no more doctors and lawyers because of AI. And no doctors and they said doctors. I forget. Yeah, but things doctors and teachers will be
Yeah.
eliminated because of AI. Do you believe that? 5 to 10 years. That's what Bill Gates said.
No, possibly. I think the industry will change, but definitely now AI is capable of producing PhD level thesis. So let's say humanity produced 1 million PhD thesis in the last 10 years. AI is going to produce that in a month. so, so yes, definitely this is going to be changed, but I think the humans are going to play a different role. So instead of having doctors that are doing the diagnostic, it's going to be doctors empowered by AI to basically fine tune the human side of it, that is the emotional, the psychological, and compact it into an offer. And then that's the new doctor. It's a doctor that has an AI assistant.
And you won't need as many doctors then.
No, and also, so I read another article. They tested the diagnostics given by doctors in the US with the diagnostic given by the AI, and the AI showed that 80% of the diagnostics given by the doctors were wrong. they didn't they didn't observe the signs properly.
What kind of signs were they coming up with? Like, so that is a
Uh,
good point.
no, no, like color of.
I saw this in veterinarian medicine. So
Now, in
I
terms of
literally came in diagnosing my dog, went to an ER type place, and they ignored all my signs that I already put in the diagnostics into AI. So here is my point, guys. And guess what? We'll be powered by TikTok going TikTok live starting next week and more live streams because I love this back and forth conversation, Dr. Mohammed, and I hope
yes,
people
yes.
like it as well. But really, so you're saying that 80% of doctors are wrong and the diagnostic from AI was better? Why? Because it's facts, right? No more
Exactly, yeah.
opinions.
No,
So they
it's
go back to their
observation.
years of of things and say, you know what? And they don't put all the facts on the table because you would have to have an encyclopedia brain as a doctor, especially young doctors that haven't been doing this for 20, 25 years. The older
Yeah,
doctors, so where did this study come from? Where, because I don't want to kind of just
I
throw this
can
against the
pull it up,
wall.
but I read it a couple of months ago. So I think there were some reasons why the AI was more precise. Is because first, if you have cameras and sensors that the AI can use, they can identify heat or coldness in a human in different areas of the body much more than a doctor is going to put his hand or even use a thermometer. So there is a level of granularity in observing the patient, electromagnetic signals, heat, colors. It will, if I do open my mouth and an AI look at my mouth, it can calibrate the colors and recognize if there is an inflation or not better than a doctor. So there was that aspect. The second aspect is that, like you said, it's based on facts, not on feelings or assumptions. And the third one is that the AI has access to unlimited
Yeah.
benchmarks
Heck yeah,
in
right
the
in
backend.
their database that they know certain things, specific
Indeed.
things. So you go and run in this whole test, like, I think it's this. And then I think emergency rooms better just start implementing AI as soon as possible because emergency rooms come
Yeah,
up with these outrageous things. You come in, oh, we're going to have to test all these different things. Why the hell are you going to have to test all these different things if you could have AI plug in? Let me hear your diagnosis. Let me hear your different
exactly.
specific
Yeah.
things. Okay, I think this test we should run first to rule out every other test. Not run every friggin' test. The insurance company should look at that.
No,
We could
definitely. And
save
that's
insurance
what
companies so much more money by using diagnostics from AI.
no, definitely. And that's what we mean in our business to say that you need to infuse AI in your business. So if you infuse AI, that will give you the multiplier effect that you're talking about, like a true adoption of the power of AI and knowing the limits of AI so that we as humans, we can complement it and then make sure that we provide the best service or the best medical care.
See, but this is not being told. And
No,
Dr. Mohammed, I think that you're not afraid to see this, but a lot of people don't want that because they want AI to take over the world and then just eliminate doctors and teachers. I don't think you eliminate them, but I think you're
no,
going
no.
to have less of them, especially when there's a shortage of doctors and teachers in the world right now. There really are.
Yeah, no,
So
but
you're seeing a physician assistant instead of having that doctor able to see 150 patients a day. Before it was only could see 30 patients a day. Now they can see 150 patients a day, provide better care, better medical care, and get rid of the physician's assistants instead of seeing a real doctor. This is the problem. You have a physician assistant, you have a nurse practitioner. They're seeing the patients instead of the darn doctor. Why? Because the doctor can't see as many patients. But if that doctor can
yes,
plug in all that information through AI and be able to do that, then you are going to see the right
yeah.
professional.
No, definitely. I think it's going to move. But not only the doctors are going to be disrupted or challenged, but the lawyer. ChatGPT is so good at
I
understanding the
know, I
law
already know
and
that.
giving
I
advice.
fired my lawyers. I fired my lawyers. AI's my lawyers, and I'm thank God they are. And so I don't see that
Uh,
bill. But ultimately, the fact is they can't compete with AI lawyers. No way in
no,
hell.
unless they
And
onboard AI.
I'll
Yeah,
call it out completely. I'm able to do whatever I want. So if you're in any legal case, DM me. I'll help you through this using AI. It's really true. And I hope
there's a
lawyers are
huge.
going to call me out. I don't have any lawyer clients right now, so I won't get in trouble. But yeah,
No,
but
but
you
you
know
will
what
see.
I mean?
It's exactly what you're saying is true, and it has a small adaptation to it. Is that the translation industry had this problem 10 years ago. They were translating, and now Google translates better than them and faster than them. So the same, the lawyers, the doctors, if they don't incorporate AI and make it part of their offering, they will basically will appear. They will be perceived as charlatans because they do a work that AI does better 10 times
Yeah,
cheaper.
it cracks me up when I see an attorney email me that in some sort of contest I'm in and saying, "Oh my gosh, you're gonna have to pay this bill now." I said, "How the hell are you billing this now?" An email should not be billed for an hourly rate anymore because of AI. And if lawyers are billing that, they are scam artists. And honestly,
Yeah,
this is
no, that
if you're getting billed $450 to $500 for one email. No more, guys. It takes you
true.
two
That's an
seconds to
abuse.
do.
Yeah.
And I'll call out any attorney right now and say, if you think I can write a better email than you can right now, and I can write it faster than you, and you're billing that client $500, it's a scam. It's
No,
bullshit. That's
that's
the
the good thing
problem.
about AI. It's going to calibrate the pricing and offering of services. It's going to calibrate it to the closer to the
It's the
real value provided.
results. It's going to be the results now.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
not going to be the freaking work, the busy work.
Did you try the new image model of ChatGPT 4?
No, I did not.
Oh, my friend, it's a piece of beauty. And now the graphic designers are done. It just
Oh,
outputs amazing images. Just go after this and visuals for marketing,
okay.
realistic images.
And it's just ChatGPT 4. That's it.
ChatGPT 4, they just released it 2 days ago, and it's all over the place. It's such a fantastic level of progress that they've done. So what we're talking about, graphic
So
designers.
you're gonna be hated by a lot of people, Mohammed. Dr. Mohammed, he said the graphic designers are finished now.
No, not it's not just me saying it. It's the professional people. There was a big progress
Okay,
from the
so then
DALI.
you need to be posting that on LinkedIn, Dr. Mohammed, is an LinkedIn article and cause some stir. Go live on TikTok and cause that stir. You're kidding me. So that's the point. We predicted this 2 years through when it first came out. ChatGPT. It's going to eliminate coaches. It's going to eliminate all these things. It didn't happen
Yeah.
then, but you better have jumped on the freaking bandwagon. But I also think that what we started in this podcast, the bubble, as you say, that, oh my gosh, another AI this, AI that.
Yeah.
If you don't have an offering that's more than AI, you're
You're
screwed.
done. Yeah,
You're
you're done.
robotics,
Definitely.
you're automation. You're not just AI.
That's
That's the
right.
difference. There's a lot
That's right.
more to it when you create something. If you're
Yeah, it
just
will
creating
force
another
us.
AI offering, it's gonna hurt you, right?
Yes, but we look at the bright side. It's going to force every human being to go beyond just an intellectual work. Like you said, sending an email, drafting an email. AI can do that. Your
It's bullshit.
intellectual output, yeah,
And so I'll keep saying this. You know, we were doing these specific things and we were paying this, and so the automation has to get better. Yeah, all these different things. But if you're thinking you're sitting here as an accountant, you are going to be gone in 5 years, accountants. And guess what? You're not going to be a sellable because you're not going to know how to sell. So you're going to have to hire
yeah,
me. That's the bottom line. Sales is going to be eliminated because sales won't. Okay, here's the question, Dr. Mohammed. Will
yes,
salespeople be eliminated? No, because a human being is going to be the best salesperson.
yeah.
Getting to that
I think the
sales
warm
call.
up, I think
Yeah.
the prospection and the warm up, that's where AI is going to play a role. But to close the deals, it's going to remain on the humans very heavily.
And a lot of humans are not building that personal relationship and that personal
No,
help and working with clients, and customer service has to improve because of AI,
exactly. Yeah,
because customer
yeah.
service sucks. I'm really
No,
going further on this and you got me hot, but it's true. Customer service sucks right now, especially these companies that outsource to other countries and
yeah,
provide terrible service. You need to
yeah.
put it into AI bots, hire Dr. Mohammed, have him come in, create an AI chatbot that speaks the language and has no language barriers, and fire all of them.
No,
Seriously.
keep some of them because
Okay, so
we see also the limits of AI chat. So
why is
the
there
tricky part.
limits? I have not seen limits. I'm talking
No,
overseas.
it
You
doesn't
you need
happen
a
when you're using it for yourself. But let's say you have a chatbot that replies 1,000 customers per day. Sometimes the chatbot will just get
but
stuck in a loop and not
I still think it'd be
not.
better than outsourcing outside of that.
No,
I think if you
we call it cobotics, cooperative bots. That means that instead of 10 humans, you only have one,
yeah, but
and
you
the
have
nine
one
others
human
are
and
bots.
you have it
Nine
in their native language in their native country. That's what I'm
exactly, so that they
talking
can
about.
provide the best value to
So you
complement the
jump.
AI.
So if the AI can't do it, a supervisor gets on the phone and can
Exactly.
handle it
Yes,
and not
that's
have.
exactly the
So
way.
give me an example. My fiance gets on the phone with somebody
Uh-huh.
and specifically can't even speak English with that person. That's a crime that company, that Fortune 500 company, has that kind of service. Agree?
Oh, yeah, of course. This is in the US?
Yes. That's
Oh,
the point
yeah,
I'm
yes, yeah.
making. I think you can fix that problem of these companies, and we'll start calling out these Fortune 500 companies on this podcast and say, you need to hire Dr. Muhammad right now to create a chat system. Walmart is one of them. Walmart is
Oh.
garbage customer service, when you're talking about specifically handling a problem.
Mm-hmm.
If they would have had AI and have United States customer service reps handling the problems and not
Yeah.
outsourcing it to India, to the Philippines, where they are not able to handle the customer's problem because they're not trained to understand the problem itself.
Yeah.
You
The
had AI to
subtleties.
identify
Yeah.
that stuff. So this is where I think in the
Yeah, I
brain
see
of
what
the
you mean.
whole operations side of things. All right, you have another update. I can't wait to check out that whole thing with the images. But what's the other update?
Yes, the other update is that it's in continuity with what we're talking. Is that if you want to really benefit from AI and implement it in your company and infuse it, there is something that not much people are talking about. Is that you need an infrastructure on which you're going to build your AI tools and AI agents, and that's the database. And most of our businesses are running on an architecture that was designed in the 90s or early 20s, and they had no idea that AI is coming. So the way the database was structured is belonging to the last century. And now when you have this body of data in a corporate entity, but you don't have the API, you don't have the vectorial embeddings, your database is not benefiting from all this AI. So I think this is the next step for corporate companies, is to reevaluate their database structure. And we've been working on this with Artila and the team. And we've set up what we call a database abstraction layer that can be plugged to any existing system and allow you to have that infrastructure on top of which you can put chatbots, AI models, MCPs, all these agents. You need a database, a very good database
Yeah,
to really
100%.
benefit from this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So the best place is to go to artilla.com. I think that everyone needs to go check out go contact Dr. Muhammad if you're a graphic designer to know you've been replaced.
No,
Now,
there's a way forward.
do you think video editors are replaced? I don't think AI has done a good enough job to create the
It's
cutting up
coming
the
up.
shorts. It's getting
No,
there. It's still
yeah.
not better than a human in the fact that they can pick the right thing to say.
No, we don't have enough compute power for video for AI.
No, I'm not talking about coming up with the 5 seconds. I'm talking about cutting up videos into social media.
Yeah,
I
yeah. No,
still
no, that's
think
also
the
it.
human's still better than AI.
Yes, for now, definitely. Yeah. It's not yet there, but
I couldn't
it could
believe
come.
someone said that when these blanket statements having this program with the bubble, as you talked about, we got an AI program that eliminates videographers, video editors. No, but graphic design, you
Graphic
have
design
called
right
yourself,
now, it's tough. Yeah.
you've called yourself out on this one. Okay. So can they create thumbnails? So we're gonna have to model this on a podcast. Oh yes, we are. Because I want to
So
see.
people are combining the graphic they get from ChatGPT, and then they put it into Canvas, and then Canvas has a good AI to make the things editable. And now you can edit the text and move the
Yeah,
stuff.
I know that, but you
So
have
you
to show them
combine
the
these two
model.
together, you become a graphic designer because what you have in your head,
I
you
already
can
have
make
done
it.
that, but I already trained somebody
Yeah.
and said, forget it. I don't have to do it anymore. But there you go.
Yeah.
I figured it out and understood it. So if I'm a graphic designer, if I'm what we call what were they called? They're basically what is going to happen to the Fivers of the world and all those places? How are they going to survive with this infusion of AI?
Well, they have to provide a different added value, which is not graphical output, but messaging, targeting, and finding those subtleties. They have to add up a new
They're
value.
going to learn AI to be able to do that because they have to ask AI
Yeah,
how
they
to
have
do it.
definitely they have to produce with AI so that they don't charge to people a price on
Okay.
AI, and AI can do it in a few
Best place
seconds.
we
And
can
then they
go. Best place.
yes,
Artilla.la.com.
RTILA.
Appreciate it. All right. That was a special
Thank you.
simulcast of the